welcome, family, to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbee. Thank you for tuning in to our global network. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please share this video podcast with your friends. We ask that you do this because we want others to know we're here. This video podcast is available in 3 forms: audio, video, and as a written text in order for us to reach our audience. I cite all of my sources on my Medium transcript under Show and Prove. I encourage my listeners to click on the link to my current Medium transcript so that you can read my sources in real time and respond when we open up the discussion for Q&A. We're dedicated to discussing controversial issues such as the genocide which is taking place among our youth in our inner cities across the United States. We can't sugarcoat genocide. Although I have little to no support from people in my city, in Chicago, I refuse to be ignored. I'm purpose to educate people, black people, African people, and others who are serious about solving black issues in America, solving African issues on the continent and throughout the diaspora, as well as to raise funds for our film project, Hood Liberator Made in Chicago, The War Against Willie Lynch Begins. I use this platform to interact with everyone on my friends list and everyone in my social groups by giving black business owners free airtime to promote their products and services. I give people in the faith community an opportunity to share the gospel of Jesus Christ, and ordinary law-abiding citizens an opportunity to share their special talents and skills to my listeners from around the globe. After the show, I offer my guest speakers an incentive by teaching them how to create their own podcasts and YouTube channel to help them earn extra revenue during COVID-19. I also assist people on my friends list with creating basic websites, finding college scholarships, grants, housing, and legal services, all for free. Our goal is to raise $500,000 so that I can be in a better position financially to hire a professional black production company or an African production company with quality actors. Without support from the black grassroots and the global African family, I am unable to do my job. Non-black sympathizers are welcome to join us and to patronize us, but it's black people's responsibility to build it and to own it. And that's what makes this organization different from other black organizations. I'm calling on all of my Christian group members in Light of the World Inspirational Group and Christian Spoken Word Network to pray that God would connect me with people who have the means to support our film project. Pray that my revised book will get on the bestsellers list. Pray that the Spirit of God will allow our film project to get fully funded and made in Jesus Yahshua's name. I am encouraging all of my group members to do what you can to help us reach our goals so that we can move from behind the computer, starting with getting our story on the big screen and getting our Christian business up and running in Chicago. Please notice on our GoFundMe page, only 2 people has donated to our film project out of 1,489 people on my Facebook page. We raised $1,000 last year on our virtual store called Gracam Online, but this is why it's taking me so long, because our people talk a good game, but when it's time to practice group economics, they become ghosts. This is why I am going public with my story and using my online talk show for crowdfunding through social media as a way to reach others like-minded brothers and sisters throughout the United States and around the globe. It's my hope that the Lord would connect me with people who have the means to support our film project. I'm doing all I can on my part to get our urban Christian film fully funded and made. Please continue to pray over my film project that the Lord would bless me to get this film fully funded and made so that we can move to the next level. That is, to get the film in production and fully made. This will help. The proceeds generated from the film would put me in a better position financially so that I can hire black middle class professionals, buy office equipment, and purchase property in Chicago. It's my hope that Ghettos Chicago will become a franchise just like McDonald's and spread to other cities within the United States. Through the Christian business, we will launch African and Caribbean tours to 10 African nations in order to form an alliance with our brothers and sisters on the continent so that we can do international trade among our people. We will also set up the business in South Africa. Please share our GoFundMe page with your friends. This will help get the ball rolling. Please consider supporting our film project in 4 ways. They are as follows. 1, through our GoFundMe page. 2, you can also support our film project by purchasing my revised book, quote, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America, 2nd edition, which is available on my Amazon author page. I provide each website on my menu transcript under Show and Prove. You can also find each website on my YouTube channel under About. 3, through our virtual store, Cam Online. We provide merchandise such as COVID masks, coffee mugs, posters, handbags, and t-shirts. All proceeds will go towards our film project. 4, through our PayPal page, Ghettos Chicago. The Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago is a faith-based community advocacy organization. Our mission is to eradicate urban violence in Chicago through arts, culture, commerce, and spiritual development. Donations can be used as a tax write-off for U.S. citizens because this is a legitimate 501c3 nonprofit organization. If you are unable to participate on the show, no worries. When you have a moment, please watch our latest video podcast or listen to our audio podcast and leave a public comment in the comment section on my YouTube page and on my Facebook page about the topic. Most of all, please share my information with your friends. This will help get the ball rolling. Instructions on how to participate on the show. First, watch my video podcast. This is called Side A. After I finish my presentation, then I will open up the phone lines through Facebook Messenger. This is called Side B. You can interact with me in real time either by voice call by clicking on the phone icon or by video call by clicking on the camera icon. Today's discussion is as follows. How can we fix Black America? And the second topic is Obama versus the new black voices of media. Our first topic, how can we fix Black America? Truth be told, the average Black American don't care about a solution, don't care about economic mobility within the black community. Black America has rejected my vision and plan for 30 years. 70% of what's going wrong in the black community is our fault. We have to take responsibility for the bad choices we make, allowing degenerates to take over the slums and influencing at-risk youth to become criminals and drug dealers is our fault because we are failing our youth. When we set up Ghettos Chicago on the west side of Chicago, we will raise the bar in Black America. Everything which I have written in my revised book, we will carry that out to the best of our ability. We're not coming to be seen, but to work directly with black families that want more out of life for their children and their families. Majority of problems in the black community are self-inflicted. For the past 60 years, I wrote my revised book in order to propose my plan to other serious, like-minded black people in hopes that they would come forth and work with me in turning my vision and plan into a reality, as well as to generate capital to help fund our faith-based community advocacy nonprofit organization. But that hasn't happened. My revised book has been on Amazon for 10 years and it's still not on the bestsellers list. I created our virtual store, Gracam Online, in order to sell items to help generate capital for our faith-based community advocacy nonprofit organization. Still, the items are barely selling. Now I plan to take my story to the big screen. This is spiritual warfare, ladies and gentlemen. I don't hear anyone talking about a plan to save our black youth who are trapped in American ghettos. We are getting priced out in America, and crime is on the rise in every inner city in America. We are also dealing with benign and neglect by our so-called black leaders, such as the Congressional Black Caucus, who are in the pockets of the financial elites. The Democratic Party has held control over the black community for 6 decades, since President Lyndon B. Johnson and the civil rights legislation. Every 25 years, the civil rights legislation has to be renewed. No other group has to endure this in America. The financial elites enjoy this monopoly over black people without being held accountable for human rights abuses, especially when it comes to the 13th Amendment. There's a clause that allows for re-enslavement of black people in the event that a person is convicted of a crime. As I mentioned in my revised book, I explain how the penal system is using prisoner labor basically for free. There are mega corporations who invest in prison labor because their labor is cheaper than paying non-prisoners. We fail politically as black people because we believe our black politicians are going to fight for our interests, but Obama woke us up to the political game. We have to start looking at candidates' track record and their policies. Politics alone will not solve our issues. Through Ghettos Chicago, we want to form a strong alliance with Africa. I don't know what it will take to get black people to move collectively for our best interests instead of fighting other people's battles. The pushback is not coming from white people, but from black people. Black America is in worse shape now than it was during the civil rights era. And that's a shame. Black America, hear me loud and clear. You have 2 choices. Either embrace annihilation or embrace survival. I am here to talk with like-minded black people within the United States of America who want to survive. Then work with me in building this new organization called the Grassroots Community Activist Institute, starting in Chicago. Ghettos Chicago will offer a 21st century solution in solving black issues across the United States and throughout the African diaspora, as well as on the African continent if given a chance. All of us who reside in America are dealing with psychological warfare due to this wicked system called white supremacy. There's a lot of black people in Atlanta, but very few black ownership in terms of owning a home or a black business. Atlanta is no longer the black Mecca. Today, Atlanta is white, corporate owned, but black managed. The way housing prices are going in America, we as black people are being priced out of America. The financial elites are targeting the black working class and the black middle class through eminent domain, which means the government or its agents can expropriate private property from the owner for public use, such as creating an airport or an expressway. For years, I've been trying to encourage my group members and my listeners within the United States to develop an African plan. I know that a majority of black people prefer to remain in America and they will suffer through whatever comes their way. Black people do not want anything other than to be recognized and accepted by white people. That's just the truth. Over here, we plan on doing the best we can to improve the black community while building an alliance with Africa, the Caribbean, and Brazil. We will encourage our members to get their passports and apply for dual citizenships in an African nation or in a Caribbean nation, just like the Jews. We will launch our African and Caribbean tours to reconnect with our brothers and sisters on the continent and in the Caribbean/Brazil so that we can bridge the cultural divide. We also plan on doing international trade among ourselves from African entrepreneurs and black entrepreneurs, Caribbean entrepreneurs and black American entrepreneurs, Brazilian entrepreneurs and black American entrepreneurs through this Christian socialist organization. We never had the opportunity to own anything in America since Black Wall Street. The financial elites have been swindling our people for generations. Going back to the topic at hand, how can we fix the black community? First, we have to deal with the criminal elements in the black community. There is crime in every community, but we can use the Amish community and the Jewish community as a model. Truth be told, lots of black people are moving away from negative black people. How can we complain about urban gentrification when we are the ones fleeing from our own people? The main problem in black America is the criminal element, which is destroying the black community. Our people left the South because of racism and violence from the Klan. The culture is also the problem. Our children who attend public schools are going to underperform because of the influence of their peers who are degenerates. We are being influenced culturally by the dominant society as well. The mainstream media agenda is about promoting the worst behavior in black culture. Over here, we plan to change the narrative by promoting stories like mine and yours to our audience around the globe. What makes Grecario Chicago different from other black organizations? Grecario Chicago is based on my experience. A lot of established black organizations who are well funded by the financial elites only sit around and talk about problems. In contrast, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago represents the soil, and we get our support from the black grassroots and the global African family. As soon as we are able to generate capital for our film project first, the proceeds from the film will allow us to do all of the things which I've written and talk about on my online talk show for years. It takes capital to start a business. Also, you can't have a community without unity. It's my hope that through Grecario Chicago, we will encourage our male members and students to enroll in our truck driving classes so that they can learn the ins and outs of the trucking industry. We also want to encourage our female members and students to enroll in our beauty school so that they can learn the ins and outs of the beauty industry. We want our members to consider investing in Africa because corporate America, Asia, and the Europeans are there buying real estate left and right. We as DAS, descendants of American slaves, must educate our people about our experience living in the United States of America for the past 400 years so that our African brothers and sisters will not have to go through what our ancestors endured during enslavement. Our ancestors were brought to America by the financial elites as human capital. The U.S. government owes DAS, descendants of American slaves, reparations in the form of cash payments. My online talk show is open to anyone on my friends list, and anyone in my social groups. I would like for us to start having these conversations so that collectively we can begin solving these issues at the grassroots level. We're not all going to be on the same page, but we all need to admit that we have some serious issues within black society that needs to be corrected, and we will take the lead in solving those issues. For us, GRCAM is the code. The code is being in agreement and on one accord. If you are serious about solving our issues, then we must understand politics 101. We need to know what is a lobbyist, how to obtain political leverage. Please leave me a public comment on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. Most of all, please share this podcast with your friends. This will help get the ball rolling. Our second topic, Obama versus the new black voices of media. President Joe Biden has lost a lot of his black supporters. Many black voters are upset that the Biden administration gave federal protection and resources to Asians, executive orders, protection, and resources to the LGBT community, executive orders, resources to the Latino community, resources to non-citizens such as illegal immigrants, Afghan refugees, and now Ukrainian people, but nothing specific for black people. The Democrats know they can't remain in power if black people don't participate in their political game. Tell the Democrats to send Obama to talk with all those other groups that receive resources from them. Notice they did not pass the George Floyd bill. We are worse off now than we were under Trump. The only thing the Democrats did for black people was to give us symbolism, no tangibles. For example, Hip Hop Appreciation Day, Juneteenth, and Kakanja Jackson. The Democrats are sending Obama out to speak against the new black voices of media. He's using trick-back language such as disinformation because President Joe Biden is not doing too good in the polls. Obama came back to Chicago to speak at the University of Chicago. I provide a video about his speech on my Medium transcript under Show and Prove. He urged social media companies to be more transparent about monitoring content which may lead to violence. You have billions of users on the social media websites, only a few misguided individuals who are prone to committing violence. Y'all have to understand the words Obama is saying. People like Obama is making things up, especially when it comes to you voting. The Democrats can't hide behind Trump any longer because he's not in office. They are. They control both the House and the Senate, and look at what's happening. Food and gas prices are on the rise. Obama discussed his concern about the loss of local journalism, the nationalization of anger-based journalism, and the growth of social media companies making profits off of conflict. Let's keep it real. First, social media makes profit off of a lot of things. What about all this content which are targeting our children? He did not address all of the toxicity that's going on online. For example, I hate black men and I hate black women videos. He talked about the nationalization of anger-based journalism. Should black people be happy about their position in America? Did you vote for Afghan refugees to receive $500 million? Did you vote for Ukrainian people to receive $13 billion? Did you vote for the Asian community to get a hate crime bill? Did you vote for the LGBT community to receive executive orders, protection, and resources? Did you vote for Latinos to receive executive orders and resources? Are you going to allow the Democrats to influence your vote through black celebrities? Obama didn't do anything for the black community, but he helped promote and pass legislation for the gay agenda. The midterms are coming up. What are you going to do? I am just asking a question. Black people voted for the Democrats in large numbers during the last elections. The only ones who benefited that were black were Democratic shields. We watched every other group get either federal protection, resources, and or executive orders, while we got nothing. If black people are discussing these issues and we're not happy about the situation, then it's up to the Democrats to do the right, to right the wrongs by giving us tangibles in order to win back the black votes. The reason why you have a lot of local journalism is because they are phony. People from the grassroots ain't putting up with the lies anymore, thanks in part to social media. Obama had 8 years in office to protect black people from rogue cops, but he didn't. These mega corporations and career politicians don't like the internet because they can no longer control the narrative. The fact that we can hold them accountable for their empty promises is now in our favor. We can look up policies online and read the bills to find out what these politicians are voting on. As we get closer to the midterm election, the Democratic shields will step up their game to attack our message. People like Roland Martin, Joy Reid, and Tiffany Cross are paid to attack the black media. Those Democratic shields want to finance you again in voting for the Democrats. I predict that these big wigs will pay those social media companies to shadow ban our content from our listeners and viewers during the midterm elections. The Democrats have always used censorship on anyone who speaks out against them. Certain people on Facebook have shut down my Facebook page because they didn't like my content. This is my third Facebook page in 18 years that I've been on Facebook. I know that I am being affected because they are forever hacking my account. The financial elites want to dumb down our society, and that people focus on entertainment. This is why they made marijuana legal in many states, to keep you high and unfocused on issues. Anyone trying to expose the Democrats or Republicans, they are going to be looked upon as a threat. Y'all in the black grassroots media, get ready. The Democratic shields are coming. I was born ready. Thank you for listening to my podcast. I will open up the phone lines, and I will wait around for about 15 minutes. If I don't hear from anyone within 15 minutes, then we're going to call it a day. But bottom line, just thank you all for hearing my presentation, and I look forward to reading you all's comments, and for people to come on the show and interact with me and tell me their viewpoints. Also remember, April 30th, we're going to launch our virtual international conference, and I hope to have people, from Africa or from the Caribbeans, as well as from Brazil. So, people that's outside of the United States that's on my friends list, I hope that you would, if you're interested in being on my panel, just send me a message on my Facebook page, and we'll try to work something out to make that happen. But I hope I can get at least 6 people if possible. If not, that's fine too. But I'm going to keep doing what I can while I can. And I'm going to just try to keep, just pushing my message as hard as I can, trying to connect with other like-minded individuals and try to raise the funding, for this film project, so that way we could move to the next level and get this thing popping, this film project in production, and get this Christian business fully funded. So that way I can do all the things that I've been talking about for the past 30 years. Ain't nothing changed on my end. It's just that, a lot of our people is just, this Willie Lynch mentality is real, in real time. This is why I'm going public with my story. Ain't nothing changing, and I believe that the Holy Spirit will vindicate me. And He's going to perform a miracle on my behalf. And again, we just want to work with people that want more out of life. My goal is to definitely get our members out of those war zone areas. That's not cool. I had to survive there. I thank the Lord for just blessing me to make it out. But it's not cool for, our people to be living in those type of environments. That's not good at all. And we want to help our people on the continent. But the main thing is I got to get it started here first. Build up this organization here in America, so that way when I come to Africa, I can bring tangibles. I can be in a better position where I can hire people, start the business, and all that good stuff. So with that being said, I'm going to open up the phone lines. And peace and blessings.